What is up? We're back. We're keeping it 1492. You got James Jams over here and Johnny Skeets to my left. What's up, Johnny Skeets?
What's up? What's up, Jimmy Jams?
Oh, keep it up cool. How you doing, DNT? That's DNT for the Dirty Net. Sorry, I'm actually losing my
It's
voice.
2018, so as you can tell, we've got a new format going on because 2018 is, look at those knockers. She's legal.
But see, you can't say it anymore, though. You can just express it with your eyes.
We're not going to touch them, we're just going to look. Because it's 2018 and we're over that.
Right. We no longer say and do. We just think. Hey, we're back after a very long break. It's been, what, a month?
I mean, it's been a whole year.
Dude, the joke is so lame, man.
See you next year.
Oh.
But really, it's just like a few weeks after
We didn't even
school
do a
break.
Best of 2017 show with our highlights.
Yeah.
I don't like highlight shows for anything. I've always hated them.
They're
Why?
usually contractually obligated to do highlight shows, and it's like a sorry excuse for an episode, too, because, like, Golden Girls always did, like, a few. I think pretty much any prominent sitcom.
Even like The Simpsons had a handful of highlight shows, and I remember being... The best part about those highlight shows is the banter in between the highlights.
Right. Which technically makes it a new episode, right?
I don't know the ins and outs.
Especially if,
Might be a
like,
little
you're watching
murky.
Golden Girls and they show them, like, backstage, like, hey, I'm B. Arthur from TV's Golden Girls. Now we're going to watch some funny moments.
What I love most about, like, the old sitcoms are, like, the laugh tracks that come along with them. Because, like, you can tell, like, now they're not real. There's no way you can have a sitcom now where they're actually filming it in front of a live audience. I think there may be, like, one or two, but, like, most of the laugh tracks are just fake. But, hey, we're back. I'm sorry I was, like, rambling.
We should get laugh tracks for our podcast.
We could do that. That is an easy sound effect to do. Do you know what show's the worst with the laugh tracks?
What?
I watched one episode of Big Bang Theory. Like, they are laugh tracks every 4 to 7 seconds.
Well, any show, if anyone points out that there's laugh tracks, it ruins, like, the whole experience. Because then you're just...
And I like how you
paying
knew
attention to
that
laugh
without
tracks.
me having to say it. You're just like Big Bang Theory.
Do you need it, though? Do you need the laugh track to tell you when to laugh? Because there's certain shows where you don't really need the laugh track. Like, I actually... Like, Golden Girls, I'm pretty sure did it in front of a live studio audience.
That kind of makes it more, like, authentic feeling.
Yeah.
Because you get the variety of laughs and you get the ooh.
They have the new show, I don't know why I watched it, but it was like Young Sheldon. I'm going to preface it with this. I hate most modern day, like, sitcoms, but, like, I was watching Young Sheldon, and it was just so stupid.
My parents love
it more or
Big
less
Bang
stupid?
Theory. I don't like it. I don't really know too many people my age that like Big Bang Theory.
But it's the number one comedy on television, which I don't get. I watched an episode, I'm like, this is dumb.
Because most cheap people only get channel, 8? In our area, it's CBS.
I think we talked about it before, but it's like Big Bang Theory kind of... Like, regular people watch it. Regular people by, like, big umbrella, like, middle-aged white people, I guess. They watch it, and then they think, like, nerds, like, oh, you gotta love Big Bang Theory because they do jokes about comic books and computers. It's like, no, it's not good. For a plethora of other reasons.
Yeah.
It's just not. Is that our show?
Yeah, hey,
That was
fun.
2018.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you again next year.
So, Tom, what have you been up to? How you been?
Hanging out.
DNT?
Getting over my affliction and my sickness.
Oh, did you get that?
Do I still sound sick? Or do I sound normal?
No, you sound normal. Are you
Okay.
still looking at kitty pictures?
No. I'm
Okay.
not right
Then
now.
you're definitely... something's definitely wrong with you.
You've been listening to Disturbed, Down with the Sickness.
No, I didn't realize this was 1997.
Dude, you know what's funny is you say that. What was that one song?
Down with the Sickness?
No. I'm on the outside. I'm looking in. What's that? The one band. I see your true color. It's the lead singer's Aaron something.
You're talking about Stain?
Inside, yeah, it's kind of like a similar band, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I do have good news, though. In the past couple weeks, Newfound Glory, Fall Out Boy, and Dashboard have all released new music. Dashboard's a little older, but all the bands are coming back in 2018. Fall Out Boy had a new song dropping today.
Well, before we kill ourselves,
emo is still not dead after
It is
after what, like 19. When did emo start? Like 99, maybe. I don't know.
Well, going off of what you're saying about Disturbed,
it's definitely legal now.
I was in the car and I'm hearing Stained, and I'm like, man, people used to think this music was cool, and I'm just like actually listening to the song. I'm like, why am I not changing it? This song fucking blows. So the day after I'm going to my car to get ready for work, some dude is driving by and listening to that fucking song. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
I like Stained. When I was in middle school, I got really into metal. I was like a metalhead. And I listened to like this Stained CD. I think my brother had it just kicking around the house. And some of the songs had like a little bit of screaming in it, and that was always my like level of coolness back then. It's like, all right, I get it's like regular rock music, but then when he's just like, you didn't love me, like just like for one song he'll like say that twice, scream it, and I'll be like, okay, Stain's okay in my book. And then even like Paramore's very first album, they have I think it's the last song on the album called My Heart, and they have a guy screaming in the background, so it's like, all right, Paramore, all right, okay.
So was that like was this like in your high school years?
Middle school into high school, yeah.
So is Paramore still like that? I've never really...
No, Paramore is very poppy right now. They just released a new album, I believe.
Yeah, all the big bands are coming back around.
So Tom, I'm going to say this right now. If you go to a Fall Out Boy concert at your age, you're getting arrested. There's no way you're going to make it.
No, I would never do that.
Hour and a half or however long that show is.
I'll go with you. We'll be the only people.
Fall Out Boy was one of my first concerts, actually. I think they were my first concert, like 2002 or 2003 at D Lake. Fall Out Boy.
D Lake.
Yeah, they threw their diamonds up.
The shittiest venue.
So like, I'm trying to just like.
It was around there hanging out with Jay-Z.
I'm trying to like picture you right now, but like with like the emo comb over hair, like the flipped over.
Did you ever have emo comb?
No, I just had a crew cut, dude. I was a proper white middle class
kid. You were lame then, man. You didn't fit in with that crowd. Did you ever wear like Fall Out Boy shirts?
No, but I used to wear Atticus a lot. I was a fake skater kid.
Oh, is Atticus?
That's Tom's
DeLonge, yeah,
old,
from Blink, yeah.
Brand, yeah.
Or lots of Atticus and Billabong.
Tom DeLonge was right about the aliens all along.
I had my cargo pants on,
poem.
My Billabong shorts with my Jordans.
And the tail never stopped coming, did it, Tom?
I don't understand your reference.
The tail.
The tail? Like tail? Like the Sonic sidekick?
Rat tail?
Yes, rat tail.
Just very confused.
Tom had his crew cut with a rat tail.
I don't understand
braided
the
up
2017 references.
The seafood buffet is always open for you, Tom.
I'm just so confused.
Oh, the ladies.
Ladies, yes.
I'm sorry. We over our break we've become
we're no longer in
we've
sync.
become true gentlemen and have forgotten every innuendo for
your
women.
lewd and crass.
That's why
references.
I'm drinking shandies now. Actually, you know what? I am so glad that they have shandies in the wintertime because I'm not a big fan of winter beers. I don't like those dark beers. I'm a shandy fan because they're nice. They go down smooth, and I like a little taste to it, so that's why I get the grape.
You know, shandy is just half beer, half lemonade.
Is that what that means?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, they probably...
Could it be any
They probably make it a little
Could it be any type of
differently.
juice?
Yeah.
Just means another juice, right? Like, that's grapefruit. So wouldn't that be like half grapefruit, half other stuff?
So
You can make lemonades out of other fruit.
No, you can't.
I mean, it'd be like grape...
That's not lemonade.
Grape-
here's the
Fruit
cool
aid.
thing you can do, though, is take next summertime, get a Bud Light Lime before you put it in your butt. Take a Bud Light Lime and actually put it up to a black light because it like glows like neon. It's the only beer I've ever seen do that. So I don't know. I don't think it's lime, but it's got to be some chemical they put in it.
Is it Mountain Dew?
It looks like antifreeze if you put it under a black light.
It's probably under like Bud Light. It's not wholesome.
Dude, I fucking hate Bud Light. It's one of the. You know what's the worst thing? It's like you go to a bar and then you're like, oh, can I have that beer? It's like, oh, we're all out. Well, what do you have that's like that? We have Bud Light, and you're like, okay, I'll take it.
Oh, I don't...
Yeah.
Did I tell you guys what I got for Christmas? While we're speaking of beverages?
A new dildo.
Yes, that too.
Slash.
I got a 30 of Coors Regular.
From who?
Coors regular.
That's gross, dude.
My
Coors
friend's
is
mom,
gross.
she got me a 30 of Banquet beer. She confused my love of Coors Light, a.k.a. Keystone, with Banquet beer.
Mm-hmm.
So I've had a 30 of it, and I've made it through like 7.
Yeah, it's tough to drink, man.
It's just different. I've only also drank one night since I've got it, so...
Wait, banquet beer, is that the same thing as Coors?
Yeah, Coors Original is called banquet beer.
Oh.
It says banquet right on the packaging.
It's...
Do they have the rocks that change color so you know
No, that's
if it's
pure,
cold or not?
That's a Coors Light thing.
Only the light, wow.
Yeah.
It's the Jenny Reg to the Jenny Light.
It's the regular
Yeah, I mean,
beer.
But Jenny Reg is kind of more popular than Jenny Light in some ways.
Really?
I don't know.
I like Jenny
Well,
Light.
it depends where you are. From what people told me, if you're in Colorado, all you drink is banquet beer.
Colorado?
Because that's where it's from.
It's the cheap beer, right?
Yeah, because it's made in Colorado, so it's like it's just what they drink. That's what I'm told people that have went to Colorado.
I personally think
I mean, it's not Keystone Light by any stretch.
Labatt is like my favorite taste.
Me too.
Beer.
Me too.
I don't know what it is about it. It's better than Bud Light. It's better than Jenny Light.
Well, I remember when I was in high school, I used to say Coors Light when I was playing like beer pong. And
Back when they actually put beer in the
me
cups.
and my friend, we used to call
And drink all that.
yeah, that's what those were the days. It's like, oh, let me get this cat hair out of here. Yeah, it used to be Coors Light, and I would call them werewolf killers because they're the silver bullet.
Oh,
How
that was my
original.
nickname. But then I started drinking those Labatts. Well, I don't know what those Canadians are doing, but
doing something
it's almost like it has like a little bite of like what like a better beer should have.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like just that little like bite of flavor that just a little extra like ooh, like that's almost like not a watered down beer. You know, like
there's actually I'm glad you brought up beer pong because there's a story that during our college days there was a person who would come to our parties, and one time he used to bring his girlfriend by, and his girlfriend shows up one time, and her face is covered, not her face, but her mouth region is just covered in mouth herpes. Nobody said anything, but everybody noticed. So, here's the thing. So it's like the whole party's in on the joke, but no one wants to talk to that person about it. But then, so during it, we're literally trying to address this problem. We're like, how do we do this in the nicest way possible? So I literally had 10 people dude, I can't play beer pong with that. She's on the beer pong table. What are you guys going to do with the table? So when she was off of the table, we would run. We literally had emergency cups stashed. So we ran and put them back. And then when she was coming up, we would take those cups and put the herpes cups back. But her boyfriend never said anything. I had both men and women coming up to me, addressing the herp lip. And then you're just so my first question, if, and she wasn't a girl who normally had the herp lip. How did you obtain the herp lip? Because it wasn't just a single cold sore. Mm-hmm. It was a farmer's field of cold sores. And now now every time I see her, I still think of that incident.
Yep.
And I wonder if that person has herpes. So I'm wondering if two people I know have herpes. If you do, that's fine. Hopefully you're taking care of it. But it was just, how dare you? That was our terror threat of college. You know what I mean?
That was never forget.
I think we need to adopt the Japanese practice of wearing medical masks all the time whenever you're sick. Tom, where's your mask? You're sick.
I really should, except cough 4 times over the pod, so I'm doing a bad job.
You're gonna infect our listeners with your bubonic flu.
I thought I had to. I was so sick I had to leave work early one day. You know me, I love to work and love always working and being there.
Yeah.
So I had to leave early, and it was on New Year's Day, so I could pay time and a half. So it was literally I was leaving time and a half times 2 hours.
Dang.
Just behind, because I couldn't focus because I was all congested. I was coughing. I was sneezing. I was fatigued. It was a very rough couple of days. I wanted to die for a weekend.
Dude, I think a lot of people are sick.
Well, it went through my workplace. Everyone at my work had this, where there was just a 48-hour to 72-hour period where you couldn't function.
So a car just went through the Wendy's on Winton Road.
Through it? It drove through a Wendy's?
Yeah, there's pictures on the news. So I literally just passed that. You know what I mean?
Is the 4 for 4 deal expiring tonight?
I don't know.
I need 4 for 4s.
4. Yeah, dude. So I had a sickness, and I still have a sickness. No, it was like I was producing like this really like
Shingles?
I don't. Oh no, I didn't have shingles.
1 in 3 people you know will have shingles in their lifetime.
What's the one where you get like dry skin on the arms?
Scabies?
No, is it scoliosis? So why are all these diseases starting with S? Why is that like the go-to?
S used to be the cool word. Now it's like Z and X in the medicines, but I feel like back then S was the cool letter.
I want to be the person who names medicines because they always sound cool. You know what I mean?
And they spend lots of money on market research. Just find out like that Zantax.
I think
cool
we need
thing
more
to call your product.
More Q words.
Or like
We should
Cialis.
start getting some Q diseases. Like, he's got the Q-berts.
What about like because like the one that is always most obvious to me was herpessin. Like, going back to the herpes story, like your prescription.
That was the name of the medicine.
Yeah.
They couldn't like make that a little better for people. Like I need some herpessin. What's that for?
My anxiety.
Like
about my herpes.
Like every other medicine doesn't. It's like I don't take like allergies on. You know. It's
Yeah.
like,
Allergen. Yeah. See that's why it would be so fun to just do it because you could be like just naming stuff that sounds cool.
Like Queezer.
my
Quiffer?
allergy meds.
Quiflin?
I take Zyrtec.
Quiflin sounds okay.
That's the Z.
Quiflin?
Yeah, quiflin.
What would
Write
it
that down.
cure?
Female vaginal gas.
That's exactly where my mind
Well,
went
because
to.
there's not really male vaginal gas, so some side effects. You may grow a penis and no longer need this medication. That's a risk I'm
Sounds like a
willing to
wonder drug.
Would it also come with 4-hour erections that you would need to call a doctor about?
It was funny because, like, I believe Viagra was initially created to cure, like, heart ailments. And then they found it gave you a boner. And recently, they said aspirin leads to erectile dysfunction.
Oh, man, I took
So
so
all
much
those
aspirin when I
old
was
people, they tell them to take aspirin for their heart, but really it could be
Affecting their
just a way to
wieners.
sell them Viagra.
Right. Affecting their wieners.
It was out. We got that new book about the big T, which people are saying mixed things about.
sick. What tea?
The big T.
What's the big T? Testosterone? Oh, no.
No, it's talking about a person.
Is that like Mr. T's bigger
Wait.
brother?
The big T. Wait, sorry. Repeat your statement.
The big T is on an interesting drug, according to that book that came out.
Oh, okay. I'm with you now. I was very
Yogi.
confused. Okay.
Huh?
Yogi Bear. The big T? Is that we're talking about a person?
Yeah.
Yogi Bear?
Yogi
the TV? The bear?
Okay, now
What does that have to do with a big T?
we're just confused.
Terry Hatcher? Is that what we're talking about?
Okay.
Okay, continue. But Big T's on the medication.
So
Who's Little T?
I don't know.
You're very easy to get sidetracked.
Called marijuana. It's a hell of a drug.
Marijuana's a hell of a drug.
Side effect. You may forget what you're talking about.
But you remember a lot of cool things.
About shit that does not matter.
You remember a lot of cool things, but then you'll forget about them. It's a curse. It's why you gotta cut yours with meth, so you'll remember. Or you'll just say them before you forget.
And then you got to drink so you can sleep at night.
No, but so Trump.
The Big T. Oh, okay.
Yep.
I
So,
got it eventually, and I started
in the-
messing with him about the whole Terry Hatcher thing.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about someone named Terry.
No, Terry Trump. That would be interesting. Anyhow, he's on some drug, I guess. According to that book, which some people are saying like
Speed, right?
no, it said he's on a hair loss drug that had been known to like cause erectile problems for people in tests and like all these other issues around this hair loss drug, and I think even like some mental issues were involved with this drug.
Oh, like
he
his
was taking.
side. I
Yeah.
heard because I heard he was on like uppers and stuff, and that affects with your mental stability as well. Makes you very irritable and kind of afraid of everybody. Not afraid, but like
Paranoid.
paranoid. Yes. There.
Like, what's he doing? Is he like snoring uppers the length of the border he wants to build?
No, so his. They addressed it in the book,
With taxpayer money.
That was a
Buying
good
Coke.
one.
He actually just said recently that they're not going to go through with the wall because of the different geographical issues. They're not going to. Like, the Republicans are like, well, we'll do it later. Let's push this in. Come on, let's do
Well, that's why I want. We haven't talked about Trump that much on this podcast. Consciously, we've tried not to, but it's the start of the year.
To the point where you refer to him as Big T.
Yeah, and then I was trying to think of like 45.
You've done that before.
Yeah.
You could have done the Roman numerals though. Could have been like XXXXV.
I'm not good with beyond like 14 Roman numerals. But anyhow,
Anywho,
I don't want Trump to be impeached because I feel like he is just like the puppet and there's evil people behind him. I think that if Trump was left alone with Democrats, he'd just end up like agreeing with a lot of the Democrats just to get people to like him. But then he's got like the
So do you think
emperors whispering in his ear?
Do you think because he has those people, the Republicans, whispering in his ear that he feels he's doing right because they're kind of telling him what to do and,
Well, I was listening to a different podcast, not to just completely steal their content, but...
was it comparable to our podcast as far as listenership?
No, it was a lot. They're doing a lot better. So I don't feel that. This is like a international podcast.
Hey,
not
you've seen our charts. We're international.
We are. That's true. So
shitting on your own podcast right now.
I'm sorry. Actually, probably most of the people who listen to this are international.
Yeah, dude, we're big in Tokyo.
Yeah.
Got like 10 downloads there.
Tokyo.
That person from Australia
like
stopped downloading our stuff. I think we turned him off once we acknowledged that we knew we had a listener down under.
Oh, did they stop downloading?
They like living in anonymity, and we just kind of ruined that when we
now we lost
broadcasted
Tokyo.
to the world. Yeah, it's okay.
We just sent Godzilla to Tokyo metaphorically. So I guess Trump was trying to negotiate DACA, and he was trying to be like he's like the head honcho, like I'm organizing this meeting. And then Dianne Feinstein threw him a curveball. And
that's a good name that rhymes.
Dianne Feinstein, yeah. She was like, hey, you said you don't want to get rid of DACA, so let's redo DACA like right now. Like let's get like a revised DACA on the table like now. And Trump was just like, yeah, okay, like that sounds good. And then like all these Republicans had to like whoever the main guy was besides Trump was just like, whoa, the president doesn't know what he's saying. We don't want that. No, because it's like they basically want to completely get rid of it. Mm-hmm. And that's what Trump was saying to begin with. But then they play like the little PR games.
So he surrounds himself with people who are always building him up, essentially. And then when he sees like kind of how the majority of people feel about him, he doesn't believe it because he's used to so many people congratulating him and supporting him on his decision.
Yeah, and I think he doesn't really know shit about what's going on.
Is he our most ignorant president ever?
He's the dumbest. He's got to be the dumbest.
I wouldn't...
Because, Obama was very smart, like, obviously being a lawyer, like, legally, politically, like... Obviously, this is more recent, and we don't know how presidents were back then, but...
Another time period when
he just seems very ignorant policy-wise.
Yeah. Well,
and doesn't know anything about anything.
There was another time period when we kept putting up presidents that were super ignorant about politics, and it was basically the presidents leading up to Abraham Lincoln, because for a while you had this issue where, all right, like every new state coming into the Union, we're going to have an equal number of slave states and free states. So like alternate, like, all right, this state's above this line, so it'll be a free state. This state's going to be, it's in the South, so it's going to be a slave state. And everyone kind of knew like that's going to blow up anytime soon.
You don't say.
So they just kept propping up like these people who weren't going to change it though, who were like, we're a bunch of rich dudes who benefit from the status quo of slavery. So we're going to make sure we get these presidents who won't change anything because they don't know shit about politics. But then Abraham Lincoln came and they called him like a gorilla and stuff. and some very nasty things, but really it was like, here's somebody who's a lawyer who actually knows what he's talking about and is going to change things.
I think it was more the beard freaked people out.
Well, when he first started running, he didn't have the beard, and then a little girl wrote him a letter and convinced him to grow a beard.
That's, honestly, I don't mind, how, like, the news, they're making a big deal about Oprah running. I don't think Oprah's going to run. Reasons why it's a bad idea, because I don't want another entertainer. I actually, at this point, want to go back to kind of a career politician. Someone who actually, obviously I want someone who's a little different than politicians who practice what they preach and they're honest. I think it would be kind of cool to have Oprah as a president, because I feel like
Will she give everyone free cars?
Well, she would definitely have a socialist
Oprah
agenda.
Oprah is, not that these tests matter, but Oprah is literally a genius. She has a genius level IQ.
Oprah does?
Yes.
How do you know this?
I read it somewhere.
Do you know how young she was the first time?
I don't know what source.
Do you know how young she was the first time she hosted her local news channel?
4.
15.
Oh, well, that's still pretty young.
That's incredibly young.
She's a very powerful
Especially
woman.
when
I don't want her to be
like the fact she was a female in the 1960s,
Yeah.
running a news show as a teenager. It might not have been 15, but it was definitely super.
Oh, so
young.
she was running it.
So she
the whole
hosted
time.
like her local, like a news anchor.
Wow.
She did that like in her teens. Like I said, I thought it was 15. Might not be that young, but to be a woman in the 60s or 70s doing it at that age, that's quite impressive.
It's yeah, and I agree with you, Josh. I just don't want another entertainer. As much as I think Oprah would actually do a better job and everything, but
I don't know. I've really attached my ship to Kanye 2020.
we'll see.
Things Tom says. It's going to be like that website that was big a few years ago. Things Bag says.
I'm just saying, could it really be any worse if Kanye was in office? Kim Kardashian is the first lady.
Yeah, I mean, things need to change, or else this country. It's like, I know they've been saying it for a long time, but
it's going to be idiosyncrasy for reals.
No,
Gatorade the plants.
I don't think we're going to have to be worrying about social issues. It's really going to be about environmental concerns.
Well, if we look at history, we had a bunch of inept presidents, and then we got one who was actually going to do something, and all it really led to was the Civil War.
A new civil war for the environment. Team Green versus Team Scorched Earth.
So it's like how Trump today said the whole shithole about, like, I don't know if you just saw that. It's just making big news right now. But he referred to like
he referred to as Central American countries and African countries as shithole countries.
Right.
And then we should be getting people from countries like Norway.
Right. So
that's
he literally said shithole countries, and the dude on CNN was using all sorts of racial disparages.
I can't say that on.
It was intense.
Well, that's
to show like how ignorant like we've been, and how these thoughts are still prevalent.
We only opened up to other countries. We didn't open up to like other countries until like the 70s. Like, we still had closed borders for a lot of places.
While
not,
we
like,
carried a big stick in their countries.
Yeah, probably not like absolutely shut off, but we would we would take as many people from Europe. Yeah, come on in. But then when it came to all these little weird countries you didn't know much about,
like an unspoken quota system.
I think it was literally a quota system, actually, like until like
I didn't
70s,
know. I forgot if it was real or not.
Yeah,
I feel there's definitely quotas from like X amount can come from Africa, X amount can come from Asia. When we hit that limit, closed.
Yeah, and it's pretty messed up.
No, I mean so I saw that happening, and it's funny because I still read it, but I'm like slowly weaning myself off of it. Is like reading comments on like social media, and just because it makes me so frustrated.
That's a slippery slope. You don't want to do that.
It makes me so depressed, and I'm just like, what happened to it? So it's not like, listen, I'm all about people being different, but like, there's shit going on right now that I think common sense people should be like, that's not cool. Like, that's not right. You don't need to be super intelligent to see that.
Yeah.
But people are still defending this man. Like, some guy posted, I looked on it today, some guy posted, that's why he's our president. He speaks his mind. Trump 2020. Like, dude, fuck you, man. No. You're absolutely wrong. How can we still stand by this guy?
Because most people, well, it's not most, but his 30% basis is how they actually feel and think. I don't know how anyone's surprised that this is the end result.
How is that?
I said when he won in November, this was going to be the end result.
How is this party considered Christian, with
Yeah, that ship has sailed. I mean, they still can maintain it, but it's just so ridiculous.
Well, do you think the Christian right is getting bigger, or do you think it's getting smaller? Because I feel like with more...
I think ultimately it's getting smaller, but that's fueling what's left of it to kind of just feel like they're under attack, not under attack because of their crazy views where they're attacking other people, but under attack just because it's like, yeah, people don't want to be part of you anymore, so kids are growing up and
we're going to say Christmas
to
again.
Yeah.
Dude, Christmas is everywhere. It never went anywhere. That's the funny thing is like the whole... We're trying to get people to say Christmas again. I never had an issue with Christmas. I don't know too many people who had an issue with Christmas.
I was taking in
I learned working in retail to say Happy Holidays because you never know who might take that the wrong way.
Well, I was taking donations.
So you say, have a happy holiday.
The place that I work sometimes. And this one lady was just like, Merry Christmas. Like, and fuck anyone who wants to say anything else. And I felt like just saying to her, like, oh, well, I'm Jewish. And just like seeing what would happen.
You should have like, Happy Holidays. That would have pissed her off. Excuse me?
I just made a donation. I'm a good person.
I'm not the most patient person.
Oh, really?
No, I am not. But there are so many. The older I get, I know I'm going to be a miserable old bastard, and that's like
you've been a miserable bastard since you're like 20.
You think so?
I feel like in your soul you've always been like 60.
I guess that's a realization I need. Yeah, but I mean, maybe I'll get more joyful when if I get senile, I'll be like a kid again, like woo.
I want to be that old person where like my filter's gone enough where I'm just gonna like fuck with everybody, but not like cross the line to be like a cranky asshole. Just kind of like I'm old, I'm gonna die soon, so I don't care about talking to this cashier for like 3 minutes. Or, I don't know.
Dude, that's what I was getting to. I was with fucking Dunkin' Donuts. And this guy's looking at all the donuts. Give me that sour glaze one. Okay? And she gets it. No. The Timbit size sour glazed. I should have said that before. Yeah. Get the... Well, no. Since you grabbed the sour glazed one, just put that in and then give me a Timbit sauce. And I'm like, dude, this is like, 8:20, and I'm like, dude, I gotta be at work in 10 minutes. And like, they could see my eyes slowly getting bigger, like, is this conversation happening? And like, people, I'm gonna get to that age. I think we're all gonna get to that age, if we're lucky enough, where we're gonna start fucking inconveniencing other people and worried about our selection of donuts.
Well, you're talking about reading comments, and I was reading comments on Reddit, and the question was like, what are like mildly infuriating things people do? I forgot what the subject was, but someone like in the comments, was one of the top ones, was just talking about like the people who scratch off lottery tickets and then want to buy more lottery tickets with the money they won before, like, they'll just scratch them off and hold their place at the front of the line.
Oh, yeah.
And then just keep buying more. And it's like, what do we do about those people?
Or women who hold up lines to count out exact change. You know what I mean? Because they seem to always have, like, 59 pennies in their fucking wallet.
I never pay for things.
I think I'm lucky and I can avoid all this because I don't go inside gas stations. I only do self-checkouts, and I don't eat donuts.
Where do you get your beer?
Where do I get it?
Yeah, Wegmans? You don't go to, like, Speedway or anything?
I can only... A lot of times instead of a Walmart by work, I'll just go there and self-checkout, and I don't have to deal with these occurrences. Like, self-checkout's a thing. You can just... You swipe, show me your ID.
I do enjoy self-checkout when available, but...
I haven't had to watch a woman pay and change, and... I mean, I don't know.
But they don't care.
Golf
they don't
won.
Care. I'm all about being nice to old people, but once you're just an inconvenience. Like, stop it. You're fucking too much. Sorry, that's my anger. That's my anger towards the world.
We can tell.
This was in the post office too, and I could see the lady behind the counter getting so mad. And she's like, oh, it'll be $19.59. She has a $20 bill in her fucking hand. She's like, wait, I have to change. So I'm thinking she's gonna have 2 quarters, a nickel, and 4 pennies. No, it was 59 fucking pennies. Counting out pennies. And I'm awesome. On my lunch break. I'm like, are you fucking serious, lady?
I think you just should stop trying to do errands on your
Why not?
breaks and before work.
Dude,
like, do them after work.
No. When is the post office is only open? Like, I can wait till the
Yeah,
weekend.
they close at like 5 most of the time, I think.
No, what's
not
awesome?
made for the working
For work, I recently bought stamps for the first time in my life. I've never bought stamps. So I went in there, I'm like, hey, can I get stamps? Because we only mail out one thing a month, so like we don't need a lot of stamps. And I'm like, can I get a book of stamps? Because I thought the little roll was called a book. I wanted to just mean a book and a roll.
No, they
A
still
roll's
have
100 stamps, a book is 20. So I wanted a book, and she's like, do you want a book or a roll? I'm like, what's the difference? She's like, well, one is 100, one is 20. I'm like, I need like 12 for an entire year. So can I get the one that's a book? So I learned a valuable lesson. I don't know the difference between a book and a roll of stamps. Mm-hmm. Very adult thing I learned.
The post office in Hamlin is so small. Like they just close when they have lunch. It's like we're open from 9 to 12, and then close from 12 to 1.
That's how my hometown was.
How's Clem supposed to mail his seeds? Guess I'll wait here. I do have lots of time on my schedule.
I'll go shut off my tractor that I drove here.
That's what I liked about, small town convenience stores and just like different businesses is like people really like. When I worked at a convenience store, we always had like the same old guys who would just hang out and like talk and like enjoy the shitty coffee and the crappy pizza.
I forgot you worked at a convenience store.
Yeah, I used to sell my
so
friends,
long ago.
Used to sell my friends booze when I was like 17 working at a convenience store. That's probably how I made friends when I started going to Brockport, was selling all my like 18 and 19-year-old friends booze.
That was the good old days. Like, remember for your parties you pay for like $130 and leave with $7?
Yep. Did a lot of shitty things, man.
Yeah, so does anyone have anything else that's on their minds they'd like to talk about?
What about you?
No, I mean, I'm just chiming in, doing what I do. Talk about, guess what I got? I don't think I told either one of you. So I've really become a real grown up. I bought a bed frame. I bought a new comforter. And I bought new pillowcases and new Egyptian cotton goose down feather pillows.
When you say bought,
I'm jealous.
Was that purchased with your money or someone else's?
With my own monies.
Okay.
No one gives me money anymore, man.
I feel like I'm using like the same.
You guys want to hear the
blue
best
sheet
You guys want to hear the best part about
like
the story that I wasn't done talking,
years.
Kyle? Rude.
You don't even masturbate, so it's pointless.
Guess what color my comforter and my pillowcases are?
Teal.
Yeah. Bright teal. Like aggressive
Bright
teal.
teal.
Like visibly upsetting teal. One of my friends referred to it as an ER room because of how teal it is.
Who saw your bed?
Oh, I texted so many people about my awesome teal comforter. Let the whole world know.
Didn't think to text us. We could have been prepared to talk about it today.
Yeah, I wanted to drop anything like this, though. More as a surprise. Yeah, I'm 30 now, man. I get pumped about teal comforters.
Tom, I don't think teal is a good color for a 30-year-old male.
I think it is. I'm being me. I'm unique.
I think you need to switch over to burgundy.
There you go. See, burgundy would be more appropriate.
No, I hate bland, stale colors.
But that's welcome to being an adult.
Like beige, gray, brown, black.
If you have a female walk in your room, she's going to combust. That's just what's going to happen.
Well, she'll combust because there's a female in my room. I'll combust too.
Okay.
That would be all the detectives would have to separate your combusted bodies.
This room is spotless. There is no DNA. So here's my favorite thing. Oh, and I'm glad actually that I've been watching a lot of Unsolved Mysteries on Amazon Prime, and I noticed
how
that
many
a lot
times
of
have you watched through the series at this point?
Ooh, probably.
I was gonna check it out because now I got Prime.
They got
Dude,
the Robert
it's worth
Stack
it, man.
episodes.
His voice puts me to sleep, though. It's very comforting. There were so many crimes, or there's so many more crimes committed now where, like, there's cum or semen or some DNA is involved, like, where the person has to somehow, some reason, jerk off before the crime is done or whatever. But back in the 80s, like, the crimes were more wholesome. Like, if they were going to kill a person, they just killed the motherfucker. There was no jizz.
You wonder if there was jizz, but the cops were just like, I'm not touching that shit. Like, it's gross.
And it might be too gruesome a fact for Unsolved Mysteries.
No, but, I mean, even Forensic Files, which was, like, early 90s, they'd be like,
Oh, I don't like watching that.
bodily evidence.
Are you saying that Americans have become more sexually aggressive in their crimes?
I'm just saying, for some reason, like the perpetrators have to leave their signature in jizz or something.
Are they just going to start referring to it as the cum scene?
Truly a John Hancock on the wall.
Every murder now, they're just like, all right, man, let's find the cum. There's got to be cum somewhere here.
Let's come. Come on, Johnson, let's find that cum.
Check the Teal sheets. These are new sheets. They're cumless.
Damn you.
I've never seen sheets so cumless in my life. Where'd this guy come in his car?
Yeah.
Check the car.
That would probably, yeah. Well, Tom, so you got to put him to good use. So, I mean, before you turn the 3-1, we'll hire you a lady dancer from the barrel to come over here.
Oh, that's what I always wanted. So I wanted.
What do you call that? Like a barrel house call?
Yeah. This guy I worked with, supposedly, and I believe it because he's a fucking nicest guy you would meet, man. But dirty, like, he would just do dirty sexual things, and he would always have to tell you about it. And then you would look at him like, oh, like he's the type of guy that, says please and thank you, holds the door open, calls his mom every day, it's very polite. But then he brings 2. So essentially, the story is he brought 2 barrel dancers to his house and had sex with them and paid them a lot of money for it because he frequents the barrel enough.
What's a lot of money? Like $5?
I think like $500 or something.
I don't got those kind of funds.
Yeah,
I can't give them like that.
That's $250, dude.
That is
$250. Yeah. Go to the fucking bathroom. Go to your Teal sheets and do it. You know what I mean? $500.
I've heard of this thing where you can just like go online and look at videos of naked people.
You've heard? Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Since when?
I think at least since like last year.
Really? So it's a couple weeks old? Mm. Okay.
I suggest you do it on your local school computer.
And then put it on the smart board.
Yeah.
So there's actually a sub at a local school district who got in trouble for that.
Really?
I think the story was I think he like put it on during his break.
Still.
Which is still like, who in their right mind thinks like, I'm in a school, there's a projector thing I could hook this up to, I'm just gonna do it. Just like too many like no and no.
Was this you?
No, I still
gainfully
can
employed.
work.
Why not wait till the end of your shift?
Or why do it at all in a school?
Well, I think what happened is like the kids came in for his class and then he like turned his computer on and still had it or something. Maybe it was like he was watching porn at home, hooked up his laptop thinking like, oh, I'll project something from here, and then just came on to porn.
You think you'd be smarter than that? And
you've always got to check and see what's on your computer, preferably before you even leave the house.
Yeah, that's logical. All right. Anything else? I think this is the time that we talked a lot about Teal and cum and various things down this one. Got a little weird there.
Yeah.
So to our faithful time listeners, I thank you so much for listening. We'll be back in 2019 with episode 23.
No, we're going to be pushing it more on the F book, on the T book, on the Twitter, on the do we have an Instagram?
No, because we don't take pictures.
What is that Logan Paul guy? We'll get a hold of Logan Paul and his people filming dead bodies, and we'll get a hold of him and we'll push our stuff.
Yeah,
we're gonna do that. Corpses. We're gonna attach as the corpses.
Next episode, corpses.
Next week we got
and Teal bedsheets.
Next week we got Alex Jones and Joe Rogan are joining us.
Yeah,
and
Sheldon from the Big Bang Theory.
It's going to be a terrible show.
All 3 of them. It's going to be a 20-minute special episode. And, this has been...
You got to go radio. You got to go Johnny Sacks out.
This is Johnny Skeets. Don't worry. I'm not going to get any on the... Was it the Dirty Nut? I'm not going to get anything on the Dirty Nuts. Teal sheets. But this is Johnny Skeets. I'll save it for the streets.